right.
All right, we're live in all other destinations. Waiting on the IG live.
Hold on, I'm trying.
No worries.
It's it's being interesting. There we go. Two, one, go. All right.
No, you're live. Let me check that one. Okay, there's something in the. Okay, there you go. That's it. Way better. Okay, and I think we're live. Yeah, we're ready to go, Carol.
Excellent. So everyone, thank you for coming to my live show tonight. And it's a very good cause. So the McCullough Peaks is one of my very, very favorite herds um, of wild horses. It's near Cody, and I've been visiting that herd since 2004. And it was love at first sight. And it's a very small herd on only 125,000 acres. This last fall and early spring, the BLM removed 40 horses from the herd, and they never should have done it. And they ended up in the Rock Springs corrals. And 14 mares so far have been adopted and found good homes. And 19 former stallions and now geldings are going to be on the online adoption from July 8th until 15th. And we are raising money. We raised money earlier, and then we're raising some more to help these geldings get a soft landing. What that means is the money will go to support the adopters so that they can make sure they have access to whatever they need as far as vet care, feed, transportation, anything to make the horses' life easier and to ensure that they stay in their good homes. And some of these horses we're going to, for the love of Aria, has been doing a tremendous job hooking up adopters and horses and trying to keep family members together. Gina has been doing an amazing job. And so 50% of the proceeds tonight from the show will go directly to the McCullough Peaks Fund at For the Love of Aria. And Gina will be making sure that it gets distributed to the right places so that all these 19 geldings find good homes. You may be saying, why are there 19 and not 21? Well, I just found out today, sadly, that San Jose and Kamichi, two of the geldings, have some complications from the gelding. They're still having some swelling and some symptoms. And so the BLM is going to keep them until September. They're not going to be offering those two. And of course, we're very concerned and hope that they heal up and are fine. Gelding is a tough process on an older horse, and sometimes there's complications. So we're hoping that those two heal up and are fine, and the other 19 will be available in the online adoption. So what I'm doing tonight is I'm going to be talking about the horses of McCullough Peaks and the artwork that I've got. It's all my artwork, some books, some totes, and a pillow that I'm going to be offering. And you can go ahead and right now go to purchase, and there's a link, and you can also ask questions. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. So, Juan, are we ready to get started?
Yep, we're ready to get started. Just before we get started, just want to remind people, if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or X, there's a link in the description of the live video right now. And if you're one of the ones watching on Instagram, you'll have to visit the link in bio, okay? So, yep, we're ready, Carol.
All right, very good. So number one is Welcome Tamlin. And this is a metal print, and it is 15 by 25. So this is actually a wonderful story. I went in April after the roundup had concluded, and I went and visited my favorite my favorite little family. And I pulled up, I saw them, pintos are very easy to see from a distance. I pulled up alongside the road and they were just over the fence. And this mare Thea was giving birth. And I got to see the whole process of her giving birth. And as the baby still has a little bit of the sac there, and Taliqua, who's the dad, came over, and also Grandma Taboo came over as well to greet the baby. And it was just a wonderful moment, and so nice to have something happy to think about after the roundup. So this is one of my favorite pieces this year.
Carol, I'm looking at the Instagram live right now. Do you think it's possible to move the tripod possibly right next to the computer? It's going to give the Instagram audience a way better picture of what you're showing.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
I can do that, but they'll miss stuff on the walls, but I guess
that's fine. I think the value really comes from what you're what you're holding on your hands, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So is this better?
Let me just hold on because the Instagram will update a little bit later.
Sorry, I'll turn it so it's facing
turn it to the left a little bit. Hold on. Let me see until that updates. Hold on. Sorry, guys. We're just fixing some tech issues in here. Okay, can you move it a little bit more to the left? Turn it to the left. I guess to your right if you're looking in front of it. Yep. A little bit more. A little bit more.
Okay. Sorry, everybody.
Okay.
We're just trying to get the picture right.
Yep, that's going to be way better for Instagram. Yep, there we go. That's beauty. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. So hopefully you guys can see that better. All right. Then number 2 is Thor. And so I have not been selling wood prints, but I got some because I thought it looks fantastic. This is maple around that it's printed on and then also around it. And I thought this framed Thor's face very well. So Thor is a wild stallion that I've known since he was born. And he was 13 years old and just an extraordinary horse. Just so curious and so interested in everything around him. And he had been a lieutenant in Taliqua's band for the last few years. And sadly, he passed away in April, just a couple days after I saw him last. And but he's a magnificent stallion. And so this is Thor, and it's 16 by 24, and it's a wood print. And on the back, this is how it hangs. So I'm really enjoying these wood prints because I think they work really well with natural items like horses. Let's do this for now. Okay. The next one is the Wild Hoofbeats and Blue Zeus book package. And got Blue Zeus right here. So the books, all the books that are listed in the sale are all signed by me, and we'll have a bookmark. And Wild Hoofbeats is about my experiences in Adobe Town, and it was published in 2008. And it's about what's happening to our wild horses, and it's still relevant today. And then Blue Zeus was published 2 years ago, and it's about Blue Zeus, the magnificent blue-roan stallion from the Red Desert Complex, and his story. So these are they're individual books listed for sale, and also packages where you can get them a little cheaper. Okay, Thor and Thora is the next one. And so this is a gallery wrap canvas, 5x7, and that's Thor and Thora. And Thora was born last year, and Thor's first living foal, and she looks just like him. And especially if you see pictures of him as a baby, looks just like him. She unfortunately was rounded up and removed, and her new adopter hasn't let us know who they are yet, so we don't know, in case you were about to ask. But I enjoy seeing this picture because it shows Daddy and his girl. All right, the next one is Thor rears. And this was just a couple days before Thor passed. And it just shows how magnificent he is. And it was just amazing when he could rear and look gorgeous. And this is a metal print. I haven't shown you the back yet. So this is how they hang. And what I like about the metal prints is it really brings out the colors, the deep blue of the sky. It was just amazing. I didn't touch this up at all. So this is Thor rears. I'm having to shuffle things around. Okay, here we go.
Just want to take the time to remember everyone that if you have any questions from Carol, doesn't matter if you're watching on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or X, feel free to leave a comment and I'll pass the question to Carol, okay?
Yes. Okay, number 9 is a favorite of a lot of people. It's called The Wild Family. And this was taken in Palomino Buttes in Oregon. And this is a mare, her yearling, and her foal. And it was before dawn, and I've never seen these horses before. And I walked out and I just sat down. And they walked up to me and watched me for quite a while. They were curious and just beautiful. And this one is 20 by 25, and it's 325. And it's a metal print, just like the last one I showed you. The next one is Picasso's eyes. And a lot of people know Picasso. He was a magnificent stallion in San Roche Basin. And this is a very popular piece. A lot of people like seeing Picasso's eyes because he's so colorful. And this one is 11 by 14 and $155. And if you hear the water sound, that's my dog slapping up the water. Let's see. Oh, we already had Apollo, Thor rears against the blue sky. We already got that. Okay. Apollo and his family. Let's see. Where is it? There it is. 12 by 18 canvas, direct canvas. And Apollo is a stallion that used to live in the Red Desert Complex in Wyoming. And he's just a magnificent Palomino stallion, Palomino Pinto stallion. Okay. Wild Philly Besties tote. So I have 2 of these. And I just love these totes. These are 2 fillies in the same family in Lost Creek in the Red Desert Complex, and they snuggled up together. And this one's 18 by 18 is the size, and it's $65. Okay. Blue Zeus comes close. It's right here. So Blue Zeus is the magnificent blue-run stallion from Arapahoe Creek in the Red Desert Complex of Wyoming. And this was a close-up of him. It was one day when I was out with him and I was just standing there and he was standing there and we were just gazing at each other. And you can see his beautiful eyes. So this piece is 12 by 18 and it's $195. This is from Saltwell's Creek. This is called Hope. And it's a wild mare and her foal at sunrise in Saltwoods Creek on top of the mountain, and they were running with the whole family. And this is a gallery wrap canvas, 8 by 10. And it's $105.
Carol, would you take a minute to explain? We have a lot of new viewers
Sure.
about Fundraiser, please.
Sure.
Thank
So if you're tuning in now, just want to let you know that there are currently 21 geldings at Rock Springs Corrals from the McCall Peaks herd. There's also 4 mares who have foaled at the facility. They won't be available until next year, but 19 of the geldings will be available between July 8th and 15th in the online corral. And what we're doing is we're raising money to make sure that these horses have a soft landing. Well, what's a soft landing? That's where they get a home, where they get to stay. And making sure that the adopter has all the support they need, like paying for their transportation costs, making sure they can get training if need be, any other things that the adopter might need to make sure that they keep the horse. And also, so for the Love of Aria has been working on this since the very beginning, back in March. Gina has been doing a fantastic job working with the doctors and the horses, and she's trying to keep related horses together, and it's been going really well. We just wanted to make sure that we had enough money to help all the geldings as well, and also the 4 mares that will be coming next spring, and including if there is some adoption that fails, that we can find another place for them. So because there's so few horses, there were 40 that were moved, it's a doable thing to be able to try to support them and make sure they get good homes. And I was thrilled to be able to be a part of this and fundraise, and I'm happy to donate my work in order to do that. So 50% of the proceeds tonight will be going to the McCall Peaks Fund for the Love of Aria, and it will be helping these horses. Now we're going to change gears a little bit. This is a Sable Island wild horse over here in the corner against the green. So Sable Island is a unique place. It's a 42-mile-long island off the coast of Nova Scotia. And these wild horses are unmolested. They get to live their entire lives free of roundups and anything else like that. And Parks Canada is managing them. And only 500 people a year are lucky enough to be able to go visit them. So this is an older stallion, and he was walking along with his family, and I just thought he was incredibly beautiful. I happen to love older horses. And it's called Sable Island Stallion in the Breeze, and it's 18 by 30, and it's $3.95, and it's a metal print.
Carol, just want to let you know that someone purchased. I would love to get a customer information to say thank you, but I think piece number 13 and number 10 are gone, if not more. We just got the order. Yep.
Thank you so much. Oh, and I forgot to thank, there were a couple of purchases during the VIP. I had a little kind of pre-sale for my VIP collectors, and we sold a couple of things then as well. So thank you so much for supporting the fundraiser. I really appreciate it. What was the other thing I was going to get? Okay, there we go.
Blue Zeus and his family is next.
Right, Blue Zeus and his family. So this is the entire family of Blue Zeus before the roundup in 2020. And they were all standing on the ridge, kind of just napping like horses do. And I just love that they're all there. So, and this piece is 12 by 36, and it's $3.95. The next piece is a little teeny piece, and it's acrylic, which is a little different than the metal. There's a little more depth in the acrylics. I love the acrylics. And this was the same gorgeous morning as Hope. It was in Saltwell's Creek, and it dawned, and the horses were running to the water hole. And it was a magical experience to witness. So this one is an acrylic, and it's 4 by 17, and it's $195. Okay, Jack of Hearts and his family. So this piece is in Saltwell's Creek, and Jack of Hearts is a curly stallion. His hair is curly, and he has this big family. And this was a stormy day, and he was there with his entire family. And it's a metal print, which brings out that storm color, and it's 20 by 30 for $395. Then this is another very favorite piece of mine from McCullough Boots. And this is called Pinto Family. And this is 3 generations. This is Grandma, Ma, Grandma's daughter, and mother's daughter. And this is Remington right here. This is Trade Bead, Ruger. And it was just a really beautiful moment, and you get to see how similar the family members look. And this one, I have 2 of these, and this one is 11 by 14 for $145. Okay. Remember I mentioned at the beginning that Thor looked just like Thor? Well, this is Thor as a baby. This is Thor and his dad, Booker Rose. And yeah, so 5 by 7. And it was just a wonderful moment. When I saw Thor for the first time when he was a baby, I was like, oh my gosh, it's the most beautiful foal I've ever seen. And yeah, so let's see, 5 by 7 and $95. Okay, here we go. Bubba the Old Warrior. So, one of my very favorite stallions from Saltwell's Creek is Bubba, the wild curly stallion who you could feel the ground shake when he ran. And just those curls are so magnificent. And Bubba was put down last year from an injury. And I miss him every time I go out there. But this piece is, let's see, 11 by 14 for $145. And Galatea and Full. So, this is Great Divide Basin. Saltwell's Creek and Great Divide Basin have been targeted by the BLM to be zeroed out. And American Wild Horse Campaign, AWI, Western Watersheds, Kimberly Curl, Chad Hansen, and I are on a lawsuit to stop it. So this is Great Divide Basin. I was driving on I-80, and I saw these beautiful horses. And I was like, oh, and I got off the highway and went over, and all these families of horses kept coming up and staring at me and spending time with me. And this mare, I just thought she was so gorgeous and named her Galatea. And this isn't her foal, this is she's an auntie. So there's another mare in the family that has them. But I just loved how this looked on a wood print. And it's 16 by 24, and it's $295. Okay. Picasso runs up. So this is probably my most famous piece of Picasso. And he's running up a hill, and you can see his beautiful color. And this is a square piece, 18 by 18. And there's also a smaller one in the I believe it's 12 by 12, also available. And this one is Um, 195.
Next one is Thor and Taliqua, I think.
Yes. So Taliqua is the fan stallion, and Thor is his lieutenant. What does that mean? So Thor, he would chase off any intruders, kind of keep the mares in line. Taliqua definitely leaned on him and let him do that for him. And so often the lieutenants will get to breed maybe one mare or more. And he bred Dakota, and that's how he got Thora. So here they are, nose to nose. This one has a little ink spot on it. So that's why I'm letting it go for a very low price. It's $135. So normally it would be $295. Okay, and then Teton looks out. Teton is one of the iconic stallions of Saltwell's Creek, which is the other herd that BLM is planning to zero out. And he is called, his name is Teton because he has mountains on his side. It's crazy. And here, this morning, it was like right after dawn, and you can see there's actually pronghorn antelope over here, and then some other horses, and he's looking out. And Teton, the last year and a half, has had a family that he's a lieutenant in. And so he's kind of eager to get control of the family, but the stallion who has the mare and the yearling and the foal is a tough guy. So he's being the lieutenant.
Next one is Tonkawa's portrait, Carol.
Perfect. And Tonkawa's portrait is on metal. And this one is $250. So Tonkawa, I've also known since he was a baby, and he was born in 2011. And he has kind of been bouncing around from his brother Rebel's band. Things are a little shaken up in McCullough Peaks right now since the roundup. So I'm not sure if he's in charge anywhere or if he's being a lieutenant. Not sure. But he is a gorgeous, gorgeous stallion with two blue eyes. And it's metal print, and it's $250.
And the next one is Chief's Eye Pillow.
Yep, the last one. So I love these pillows, they're fun. And this one is 16 by 16 in size. And it's the same on the front and the back. And this one is $39. So anything that you buy in the fundraiser will help the horses. And I so appreciate everybody taking the time to find out about them, to support the horses. It's nice to know that you can make a difference. And there's going to be an update about who went where, who went with who after the gelding adoption. And so that will be wonderful to get some further news about the horses. All 14 of the mares went to good homes. And so that's really good, and I'm hoping for the same outcome for the geldings. I really appreciate your being here tonight, and I'm extending the sale. It's not just tonight, it's going to go on till Sunday. And you can buy this link, and I'll be posting on all of Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, getting the sale extension. And so, yes, thank you so much. Anything else, Juan?
Nope. I think we're ready to wrap it up.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much.